Hello everyone, I am Erika of BEADIngschool.com and you are watching my weekly open beading class to make sure that no one has to bead alone. So it feels super good to be back with you. We did not have a class last week as I was traveling to Slovakia, my home country where I was born, to visit my family and friends and the reading school warehouse. And it was really strange not having a meeting with you. So Claire is here and Katie. Greetings from a sunny Belgium. The Netherlands is also pretty sunny. So after the class, I will actually still take a walk because I think that the so-called Indian summer will end soon. So who knows how long do we get to enjoy these beautiful days. And Faye is here. Good morning to Faye. Did you have your coffee already? And Jessica is here, and Katja and Annie. Annie was missing you all, just like I. Facebook user friend. So if you are watching from the club, then please click again the link that is at the top of the video so I can see your name and I can see your face, and then it can get a lot more personal and I can say hi honey and hi Mary and Carla and Sherry and Lynn and Shirley and Gunel and Natalie. And I see a couple of Facebook user friends. If I haven't said your name, it's not because I don't want to greet you, but it's because I don't see your name. I see you as Facebook user. But you are very welcome, of course. In either case, if you want to show your name, if you don't want to show your name, it doesn't matter. And Katie says, Tanya cannot join us. Since Wednesday, her pain became so much worse. She went to the doctor today and has got some other painkillers. But just like me, she will be this wonderful design later. Katie, thank you so much for letting us know that. I was wondering because I know that both you and Tanya were looking forward very much to beading this design. I'm sorry that she is not feeling well. Sending her big hugs. I think I'm safe to say that sending her big hugs from the whole reading school community, not only from me but from everyone. And I really hope that it will get well soon, the pain, and Tanya can join us again. Please tell her that we are thinking about her. Thanks, Katie. And hi Susan, and hi Sarah. Oh, Faye gets up for the class in New Zealand. She doesn't have coffee, so she's able to go back to sleep after the class. That's dedication, lady. Thank you so much for being here. And hi, Gabriela, and a couple more Facebook user friends. Nicolene, I see your name. And Deb and Cora is here, and Maria and Corinne and Kay, Belinda, Niti is here, and Julie, and some more Facebook users. So, welcome, ladies. Let's get started. So, as always, you can download the printable version of the tutorial from no-one-has-to-bead-alone.com. You can open it on a second screen, or you can print it and keep looking at it during the class. It will make it easier for you to follow the class. Sometimes I talk a lot, so readers tend to be faster than me, or someone might have a slower pace, or you might need to like go back and do something again, or you want to change your colors. So it's always handy to have the file printed or open, even if I am showing the diagrams on the screen. And Katja, hi, Sherry, Vanya, wonderful. Janine, hi everyone. So today I will change the picture so you can see the jewel in a bigger size. So this is the flamboyant design. And you might have noticed that it is actually based on the Rococo lily flower that we beaded together 2 weeks ago, but then I kept expanding it, and I actually, during the process, not at the very end, but during beading, I attached the motif to this colorful metal filigree. So it is more like decorative and bigger, of course, and I think it looks great as earrings. I actually completed my pair of earrings today while I was drawing the tutorial for you. But I have two more versions here. I also have a green and pink one, and I can't complete this. I wanted to complete this during the class, but I don't have the same color of the BICONE beads. I used them up for something else. And I really wanted to show you that it can also be done without the filigree. So I actually beaded this pendant, and I added a couple of beads on the edge, but it's not necessary. And as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. I attached some more beads at the bottom, and then a glass drop in a metal setting, and a crystal connector at the top. So this is how it looks like without the filigree. And if you don't want, or you don't have this filigree, you can just skip using it, or you can use a completely different one. In that case, I would attach the filigree at the very end. So, and hi Marion, and Brit Marie. I see you, I see your name, Brit Marie. And hi Sharon. And Sharon is working today, but thanks for your company. I love it, ladies, that you are coming and keeping each other company, even if you can't beat for some reason. Company is the most important part of it, of this. And Janet and Mehtap, Kata is here. Kata is in a rush. So yeah, chill before your great weekend with Anna. And hi, Chris. And hi, everyone. Yeah, Niti, that's Niti. So let's get started. Let's check our material, what we need for this motif. And I think you will be surprised of my colors today. I was even thinking like, oh my God, am I all right? The colors are just so not typical me, but I am going to use today. You will see. But let's do the quick material check. So if we start in the middle, you will need a 4mm or SS stone size 16 PRECIOSA 𝐶1 rhinestone in a metal setting. I used two different colors. One is in the middle, and then there are 6 pieces on the, like, closer to the edge of the motif. And then you need GEMDUO beads, 6 pieces for one motif. You will also need 4mm PRECIOSA bicones. You can use one color in between the second house of the GEMDUOs and then a second color later, or you can use the same color for all of the bicone beads. You will need also 6mm MIYUKI slender bugle beads. And then, as I said, the filigree is optional. From the seed beads, you will need size 11 and size 15 round MIYUKI seed beads. For the size 15, I actually ended up using 4 colors, I think, but you can keep it as simple or as or as many colors, or you can use as many colors as you want. It's up to you. And then there are also size 11 DELICA, MIYUKI DELICA beads in the design. And again, here I used 2 colors, but you can go with 1 color or 2 colors. It's up to you. So that's what you need. And let's get started. And hi, Verle. And hi, Nancy. And Jessica says, my Sue one is only 3.2 millimeters. So if you know how I adjust with seed beads to make it fit, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Jessica. I think that will not be a big difference, but if you adjust something, you will need to do the testing. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to try another versions. Usually I have time only to test one version for exactly those sizes and shapes of beads that are in the tutorial. But I'm pretty sure that with the 3.2 millimeter, it will work out great. And yeah, Nicolene, it's just SS16. That's it. And when you know haircut, it's just, I want to go to the hairdresser. It's just lots of stuff to make my hair curlier and then it looks shorter. So thank you, Kata, for the recommendation. So let's get started. I will show you my second camera. I will hide the finished jewel and I will show you also the diagrams. So let's start in the middle. Oh, Britt-Marie, enjoy your Prosecco. You are still in summer spirit mood a bit. So I work with a thin beading needle. I think it's size 11. This is an older one, so I'm not sure that it's tulip, but these days I usually work with a tulip. And then I work with 0.12 millimeter 4LB FIRELINE, kind of a long wingspan. This, you need quite a lot of thread for this motif. And I start by picking up 6 pieces of the GEMDUO beads. I am using the Metallist Red Lipstick GEMDUOs. I haven't shown you my colors yet for this new color combination. I will show you the beads one by one as I am like working with them. So I think you will be pretty surprised. Lipstick, yes, the lipstick one. And hi, Tanya. So in step 1, I picked up the 6 pieces of GEMDUO beads, and then starting from the beginning, I bead through all of the beads from the beginning till the end through the same hole one more time. So when I pull my thread, then the beads will form a circle. And I bead through the very first bead through the same hole for a third time too. So the working end and the tail end of my thread is hanging from the same hole of the same bead. And hi, Bonnie! Again, I think we have lots of new beaders with us today. Wonderful. Welcome, ladies. So, thread hanging from the inside hole of a GEMDUO. Hi, Liv. And I am now picking up a size 16, SS16 or 4 millimeter Suwon rhinestone. And this is one of the new colors that I showed you last Thursday when we had an unboxing day in the Beadingschool warehouse in Slovakia. So I bead through one of the holes of the one rhinestone, and then I bead through the inside hole of the GEMDUO that is exactly opposite of the one that I am exiting. So when I pull my thread, then the GEMDUO will lay nicely, hopefully nicely. Mine is a bit misbehaving, so I have to adjust it. Oh, I see what I have done wrong. I went through the bead where I wanted to, but I actually have to cross it in the opposite direction than the bead that I was exiting before picking up the rhinestone. So this is how it looks like. And then I finish by beading through the open hole of the same bead that I am exiting. And this is how it looks like at the moment. And hi Kimberly, happy Friday. Then in step 3, I pick up a round 15 seed bead, a 4mm PRECIOSA BICONE, and another round 15 seed bead. And then I bead through the outside hole of the next GEMDUO bead. And I add the same group of beads, round 15, 4mm BICONE, round 15, all around between the second holes of the GEMDUO beads. Ladies, please let me know if you could download the tutorial and if this is clear so far. And let me know if you have any questions. I am adding the 4th group of beads. And it's so funny that last time when we were meeting, then the Rococo Lily, it was only the first 4 steps of, well, the flamboyant design. But yeah, even that small motif, I was very, very, again, pleasantly surprised that thanks to your imagination and creativity, how many different versions you ended up with, even if it was like just a small little thingy. And hi, Betty Lou. And Faye says that so far it's clear. And Sherry says to ladies, are you working, by the way, with the filigree or without? I'm curious. I change in the meanwhile to the 4th step. And this is how the Rococo Lily ended. So I am starting out from a round 15 seed bead that is just in front of a 4mm BICONE bead. Then I pick up a 6mm MIYUKI slender bugle. I pick up a size 11 MIYUKI DELICA and another 6mm slender bugle. And I skip the BICONE and I bead through the round 15, the GEMDUO, and the round 15. And when we were beading the Rococo Lily, then I told you that you can either make these V shapes formed by the bugle beads and the MIYUKI DELICA's pointy, like this, or you can push the MIYUKI DELICAs in between the 2 bugle beads. So there you had a choice. Today you have no choice. You have to push in the MIYUKI DELICA in between the bugles as you see it on the picture. And this is how you go all around, exiting around 15. That is in front of a 4mm BICONE. Pick up a bugle, pick up a DELICA, and pick up another bugle. Skip the BICONE and then bead through round 15, GEMDUO bead, round 15, while pushing the MIYUKI DELICA in between the bugle beads. And 𝐂𝐋𝐈 is beading it with the filigree. Which color do you have, 𝐂𝐋𝐈? And Nancy says, the tutorial downloaded ever easily for me. I usually have a problem with the downloads. Maybe Adam made changes for the better? There were no changes. I'm glad that it worked out fine, Nancy. There were no changes. I can guarantee you that he didn't have any extra time besides helping me to set up the Beadingschool Academy. There was no time these past 2-3 weeks for anything extra, I'm afraid to say. We are planning to redo the system, how the no one has to be the one tutorials are downloaded, can be downloaded, but it has to wait a little bit. But what's important that you have it easily today. And Katja says that she has a black filigree and turquoise bugle beads. Let me tell you at this moment that I also have a black filigree. I think it will be beautiful with the lipstick GEMDUOs, but I surprised myself with using the black filigree. Usually I go for colorful ones, but I already used the gray, I already used the green turquoise one, and today it's time for the black one. And hi, Timmy! Timmy is my beautiful colleague and ex-classmate from high school, and she was working together with the other ladies very hard on packing your Beadingschool Academy boxes. So say a big hi to Timmy, please. And Carla says, first time watching, where do I download the tutorial? Carla, it's noonehastobedalone.com. I will type it in. You have it in the comment field. So Mektab and Deb are saying hi to Timmy. Katja, thank you ladies for your kindness. So yeah, like the big thing, what was happening during the past weeks is that after a long waiting time, since the first idea for something like the Beadingschool Academy came maybe 6 years ago, so earlier this week, we opened the virtual gates to the Beadingschool Academy and we opened the virtual classroom of Beadingschool Academy, and it is very exciting to do this with you. And thank you for becoming students and for being here. And thank you, Sharon. Yeah, this lipstick red, I think it's amazing. It looks good with so many different colors. With turquoise, it's the best. He is enjoying the academy. How did you like the article that I wrote for you? There are 2 articles available in the virtual classroom for now. And one article is about Art Nouveau, which is the inspiration behind the first Magic Garden box. And one article is about the jewels that I have made so far from the boxes. And on Monday and Tuesday, another 2 articles will come. On Tuesday with the first tutorial already, the Magic Garden bracelet. And hi, Jan. Jan, there is a link on the top of the video, and you need to click that to enable my program to see your name and face. As you see the video on the screen in the Beading School Club, then on top of the video there is the link. Oh, and Jan said, I'm very excited. I had stopped beading and the Beading School video convinced me to start again. I'm so glad that you returned to beading. I know that sometimes it does not hurt to take a break until the break is not too long. Sometimes we need to take a step back. I actually had a couple of months, even during my time when I owned a bead store in Slovakia, when I was not beading. But then one day something happened and my fingers just started to itch, and there was no stopping since then, I think. And Nancy says, it's so sweet of you with all you have going on not to skip the Friday sessions for those that depend on this for inspiration. Thank you, Erika. Thank you for your kind words, Nancy. And I have to say, you are not the first who says that, oh, no one has to be the one is going on, even now that there is the academy. I had a lot of questions during the past weeks if I will continue with no one has to be the one. And absolutely, yes. Like, this is like, you know that, or you might know that mental health and community are very important topics for me for personal reasons. And I see no one has to be the one as my contribution on to keeping the mental health of beaders, or contributing to like feeling good, being together. So yeah, as long as I can keep going, as long as there are ideas, as long as I can find the time to draw the tutorials, it is a priority for me to contribute this way. To yeah. Yeah, it's important. It won't stop. And Corinna says, a few days ago, I realized that my grandmother's parents' family name was Shandor. They were from Transylvania, so we are not related, almost sure, but it's a curiosity. How funny, Corinna. Yeah, it's a very common name, I have to say. And it's actually Adam's family name. I'm using his family name. I don't use my how do you say it? Like, when you change your name, when you get married, then you can decide if you want to use your previous name as you were born, or if you want to use your husband's name. And I left my previous name behind. I feel like a Shandor. So yeah. Oh, Kata is digging into her GEMDUO stash. It's big, right? So it might not be easy. Kata has a white, a yellow, and a magenta blue filigree. The yellow one is really nice, I think. I was actually thinking about using that one. Vanya says that she also nearly got an art history degree like me. I know that we have that in common, that we love paintings and art and different styles of paintings. We are both into Van Gogh. And hi, Teresa. Teresa, thank you for joining us, and I hope that the company helps a bit to deal with the stress, and wishing your family members to get well during this trying time. And hi, Anik. Hi, Sharon. Maiden name. Thank you, ladies. So now we are past step 4. So this is how a rococo lily would look like if we left it like this. We did that version a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, to be precise. And now what I'm actually doing, I'm pushing the tail end of the thread to the front of my motif between the beads, or I could actually finish it off now, secure and trim it now, because if I left it at the back of the motif, then it would be very hard to secure the thread later when the filigree is attached. So in step 5, we will add some more beads, but also we will attach the motif to the filigree. However, now as I put it down, I recognize that it might not be very fortunate on the video to use a black filigree. So even if my designer's choice would be the black filigree to go with the red GEMDUOs, I am now changing to the white filigree so you can see better what I am doing. And Kata says, Erika, have you seen that there is a new piece of Van Gogh in the museum in Amsterdam? They found it recently. It's a drawing and was at the Dutch families until now. I've heard something about it, but I did not have time yet to check it out. So I'm really, really curious. They sometimes find new drawings or even paintings from him, and it's always a very precious moment, especially if the museum here, the Van Gogh Museum, can acquire it. Then, yeah, that's wonderful. I will definitely check it out. So, and in step 5, I am now exiting a bugle bead and my thread is hanging towards a GEMDUO. I pick up a size 11 MIYUKI DELICA. I pick up around 15 seed bead, and I pick up another size 11 MIYUKI DELICA. And what I do now, I skip the round 15 GEMDUO round 15, and I bead up through the bugle bead, and I cross the MIYUKI DELICA 11 in between the 2 bugle beads. And I will attach the 6 petals or 6 points of my motif to these parts here. Imagine this as a little heart. There are 6 of these little hearts in my filigree, and I will attach the filigree to this part, to the middle of the heart, with these 2 wavy decorations. So I push my needle through the filigree, I bead down through the filigree, and then I bead up through the filigree again on the other side. Or actually I can just hook my thread around this part, and when I pull my thread, the DELICA will cover this part here in the middle of the heart, and I bead one more time through the DELICA bead. Then I repeat this part just to make sure that the connection is stronger. And after I crossed the DELICA bead again, then I bead also through the next bugle. And here, again, I pick up a MIYUKI DELICA, a round 15 seed bead, and another MIYUKI DELICA. Oops, I accidentally used another color of the DELICA beads. I skipped the round 15, the GEMDUO and the round 15, and I bead up through the bugle bead, and I cross the DELICA that I am going to attach to the filigree. If you are not using the filigree, then just skip this part when I attach the DELICA to the filigree and just continue adding the groups of DELICA, round 15 DELICA. So how is this part coming together for you? Let me know if this is clear or if I should explain it again. Vanya is going to a Van Gogh show in Washington. That's wonderful, Vanya. Enjoy it very much. By the way, okay, this is super secret information, but there are many Beading School Academy students right here. And since we are talking about Van Gogh, then just a little background info for you, that the second team, it might have something in common with Van Gogh. Let's see. But so far, let's keep talking about the first team, the Magic Garden inspired by Art Nouveau. And Belinda has it. Okay, Faye gets it. Carla, hi Carla, she says, I have not beaded in years and I am struggling a bit. Is this live available to watch later? Yes, Carla, here on Facebook, but also on my YouTube channel. You can always find it. We will upload it to YouTube a bit later, but on Facebook it's immediately available to watch again. And make sure to download the printable file so you can also archive it in your computer. So no one has to bead alone.com. That's where you find the file, the PDF tutorial. And I am not going to answer any questions about the second team for the Beading School Academy, because we shall keep talking still and beading inspired by the first topic. Lynn is asking, first Nancy asked something. My filigree is 8 points, but the motif is 6 points. If it really looks not symmetric, I will have to get a white filigree with 6 points. I had to work with what I had and colors that I work together. Why do we never have all the items we need? I'm sorry, Nancy. With the beads, I'm really doing my best to always stick to the same shapes. So if you build up a basic stash, then probably you will have everything right away. The filigree is an extra that we don't usually use. You can use it today, you can skip it today, it's up to you. Or you can just bead the beaded motif today, and if you want, then you can get the filigree later, and you can attach it later too, even if you get past this point, what I am doing now. And Lynn asks, do you know what the Seed Beads and More monthly theme is? Yes, they are beading a vase, in fact, and it looks really cool. Vania misses super duos. Okay, I will look into super duos soon. Nancy says, my basic stash is taking over a whole room. I will bet others have the same issue. I think so, Nancy. I think so. Adam is sometimes laughing at me that how messy I can get with my beading, but I always tell him it's so easy for me, easy for him, since his work, his hobbies, nearly everything is connected to his computer. So there is no mess visible. I take out bits for one project and immediately it looks like a mess. And in fact, it's only creativity, it's not a mess. Belinda has the same issue, don't worry. And faces she has a bidding school area in her stash. That's so funny. So, as you attach more and more points of your star to the filigree, then it can get a little bit tricky. So please be patient when you are pulling your thread, and especially when you are pushing your needle through the beads, to make sure that you don't break the bugle beads. They tend to be fragile. And they tend to chip also. So sometimes they don't break entirely, but the edges can be chipped off and then they can cut the thread. So it's important to be careful whenever you bead with bugle beads. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and as some of you know, then past week, well, about 10 days, I was traveling to Slovakia to visit my family and friends and eating school. And it was, I was thinking like, it was a wonderful time. And it was really nice to see everyone again in real life. And actually, there were even colleagues of mine, well, one colleague, or she, whom I have never met in real life before, and this was the first time when we actually got to meet each other. But after that, those 10 days on the roads and visiting 3 different countries, it just feels really, really good to be back in my beading room and getting comfortable again. And it feels like a little safe haven, and it's good to be back. And no worries, Nancy. I absolutely know the feeling. It's this like, yeah, it's actually a never ending story, because, well, it's not only about shapes, but also you might feel that, oh, the perfect shade or the perfect color is not in your stash yet. So there is always something what we are longing for. So in beading, I have to say that it's kind of a hopeless story to get everything. Like, after I got home to Amsterdam, where I live, I was like cleaning my beading room. Well, that was yesterday's and today's program, as during getting ready for the trip and during the lots of work to open the academy, it got a little bit neglected. And I spent yesterday evening and today morning by cleaning and putting back everything where they belong. And it really felt good. And I was wondering, do you also enjoy cleaning your beading area, or is it more like a chore for you? I'm curious. And thank you for joining, Nancy. So, step 5 is finished, and we will work now further while holding the beaded motif together with the filigree. And believe it or not, even if there are 5 more steps coming, this will be a pretty quick project to finish. So now I am exiting a DELICA bead that is attached to the filigree, and that is nestling in between 2 bugle beads. And now I will make the motif a lot larger, and I will add some more bugle beads and suvan rhinestones in my second color. So exiting the DELICA, I pick up a bugle, I pick up a suvan rhinestone, and I pick up another bugle. And now I bead through the next DELICA sitting in between the 2 bugle beads. So when I pull my thread, then it will look like this. The suvan rhinestone will sit in this part where there is like a little navette shaped hole in the filigree. And this is how I will bead all around, always adding the combination of bugle, rhinestone, bugle. So, Faye says she loves cleaning her beading area. And Sherry says, it's a chore while cleaning, but feels so good when it's done. And Vania says, I used to be a fanatic about cleaning and organizing, but since my back issue, not so much. It's pretty messy. I'm sorry about your back, but I think making sometimes compromises with cleaning, it's not a bad thing. Then there is more beading time. I like to keep my beading room nice and tidy, as I found I had to admit during the past years that if I don't spend time with cleaning and organizing, then I will lose lots of beading time at the end, because I will keep looking for what I need. I will keep losing beads that I don't put where they belong to. So at the end, if I want to have more beading time by not cleaning, then I end up losing beading time by searching for beads that I can't find. Sorry, I have a knot. And Sharon says it doesn't get cleaned until all the motifs are completed. Just kidding. I don't put my beads away until my beadboard is crowded and I can't move. I used to be like that, and actually I have to admit that I solved the problem by buying a new beading board, and my old beading board full of beads, it's hiding under a pile, hidden, and I want to forget about it. And he says she loves cleaning, and look at all her beads. So I am adding now the last group of bugle and rhinestone and bugle. And after beading through the DELICA bead, I am now beading through the bugle towards the middle of the motif, and then through a DELICA and around 15 seed bead. And now I am going to connect the round 15 seed bead to the rhinestone. So I'm exiting the round 15 seed bead here, and now I pick up a 4mm BICONE bead, and I pick up a round 11 seed bead. I bead through the open hole of the suvan rhinestone, and then I pick up around 15 seed bead, and I bead back through the same hole of the rhinestone, the round 11, and the BICONE bead. I bead through the original round 15 one more time, that is in between the two DELICA beads, and I also continue through the next DELICA bead. And now I want to bead to the next round 15 seed bead that I am going to connect to the rhinestone. So I bead it through the bugle, the DELICA bead, and another bugle bead. And I continue through a DELICA and around 15 seed bead. So I am now in position to pick up my 4mm BICONE, my round 11 seed bead. I bead through the open hole of the rhinestone. I pick up a round 15 seed bead. I bead back through the rhinestone, the round 11 seed bead, and the BICONE bead. And then again, I bead through the round 15 under the BICONE, and I continue until I reach the next bead where I can attach the BICONE. And Niti says, I have a friend who actually wants to have an afternoon spent with me just to sort out my bead soup. Want to borrow her, please? send her here, you know my address. Connie is waiting for bad weather to clean her beading room. Lucky that you live in the Netherlands. You don't have to wait for long. I see Facebook friends who like the thread path. I'm really happy to hear that. I thought that you will like this, ladies, as this is like another way of connecting beads. We don't usually do this, that we create an arch and then we connect the beads in a bead from the other direction. Usually we keep building the motif and then grow it bigger, but now we grow it bigger and then we connect the beads. So it's a bit different this time, and I'm glad that you like it. So let me know, ladies, how is it going so far? If it looks nice, if you are happy with your colors, if it's okay for you to work with the filigree. I'm trying to catch up now, as this actually takes a bit of time to go around. Bye, Carla. Carla needs to leave. See you next week, maybe. Deb's motif is coming together beautifully, she says. And Nicolene also likes it. I'm glad, ladies. Sometimes, by the way, when my needle just doesn't want to go where I want it to go, then I beat to the back to the filigree when I feel that it's easier, and then I just come back again so I can continue. But I don't want to force my needle, because it's a risk. Then I would break a bead. I'm attaching now. I'm adding now the 5th BICONE bead. Annie is asking if she can make it without the filigree. Yes, Annie, you can. I have one. I have one without the filigree. It's okay. Not for a bracelet, but it's okay for a pendant or for an earring. And Nitty is asking, she has finished her first motif, and she's asking, did you do anything with your white one to make it extra sturdy? No? Nothing extra? Just by... Oh, okay, I added some seed beads, extra seed beads around, but even before that it was okay. So what I thought first, like your white one, like white filigree, but yeah, Here I added some more DELICA beads around. It was okay even without that round, but I will take a picture of this and post it in the club so you can see it better that what I did here. But I felt like it was not completely necessary. I am adding now the last BICONE together with the last round 11. Then on the other side of the rhinestone, I pick up the round 15. I bead back through the rhinestone, the round 11 and the BICONE. And then I want to finish by beading through a BICONE towards the edge, a DELICA, and through, sorry, not a BICONE, a bugle, and then a bugle bead towards the second color of the rhinestone. So now my my thread is exiting a bugle bead next to a rhinestone, and I have just noticed that I accidentally here changed two pictures. I actually forgot to put here a picture. So please look at your printable file, because on the screen I miss a picture. I skipped accidentally adding one of the illustrations, but I will explain it now. So there is one step between steps 7 and 8. I'm sorry about that. So I will explain it now. I'm exiting a bugle bead and I pick up 3 round 15 seed beads. And now I bead through the round 15 that is sitting on top of the rhinestone. Then I pick up 3 more round 15s and I bead through bugle, DELICA, and bugle bead. And again I pick up 3 pieces of the round 15 seed beads. I bead through the round 15 that is sitting on top of the rhinestone, and then again 3 round 15s, and I bead through bugle, DELICA, bugle bead. And someone is saying hi and writing a nice long comment for us, and I don't see your name, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but hi. And I keep adding this part. Please let me know, ladies, if it's okay with you. Again, I pick up 3 round 15s, and as you can see here, I made a little mistake. I didn't pull my thread tight, but so my round 15 on top of the suvan rhinestone is not tight, but I will show you what I do when this happens. Sometimes this happens. So I have this extra loop of thread here. I crossed the bead, and now I will tie my working end with a knot through that extra loop. Okay, like this. So when I continue, then I will pull that extra loop with my working end and it will disappear in the beads. So I picked up 3 round 15s and then I bead into the bugle and the MIYUKI DELICA. And as you can see, the loop disappeared into the beads. And Marianne, hi Marianne, she asks, is it possible to fix the motif after I finished it on the filigree? Because I haven't had this one, only the big one from the filigree box. It is possible, Marianne. It is possible. Gunel has a bad reading day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Gunel. But, you know, like not pushing when you feel that it's not going well, then not pushing yourself, not getting overly frustrated, but just admitting that this is not the day, that is the wisest and best decision that you can make. I am often guilty of like, I have to do this, I can't just stop. And sometimes I'm pushing myself like, I really want to do this, and then it just gets worse. But I'm learning that in those times, sometimes getting up, making a coffee, taking a bit of a break, sitting on the balcony a bit, or taking a little walk, it clears my head enough so when I sit back down to my beading, then it's just coming together in a lot easier. Or if I sleep on it, like I showed you one of the jewels. Well, I showed you in an article, I showed you all the jewels that I made from the Magic Garden box, but in the club and on the page, I showed so far only the backside of the Primavera pendant. It is one of the tutorials included in the Beadingschool Academy first team. I will post the link for those of you who haven't heard the news yet. And I beaded this, I think 5 or 6 times, 5 for sure, and it just didn't want to come together for some reason. I did not want to believe. I knew what I want to make. It was like kind of in front of my eyes what I want to achieve, but it was not coming together. And it took me, I think, 2 weeks to figure out everything about this. But then one day, when I was already at home in Amsterdam, then I got up, and the next day it just somehow clicked and it worked out. Brit-Marie is almost done with her second motif. Have a lovely weekend, Brit-Marie. Cora, yes, of course. So, and you can download the file, you can download the PDF from no-one-has-to-bead-alone.com. So the missing step, what is not on the screen, is that you exit a bugle bead here, then you pick up 3 pieces of round 15, you bead through the round 15 on top of the rhinestone, and then you pick up 3 more round 15s and you bead through bugle, delica, bugle. Again, you pick up 3 round 15s, you bead through the round 15 sitting on top of the suvan rhinestone, and again, you pick up 3 round 15s. And this is how you bead all around. And the next step, what is on the screen, and it's marked step 8, while it should be step 9. Cora, was it all right, by the way? Could you follow this explanation? So, step 9, what is on the screen, step 8, it goes like you start from this DELICA in between the bugle beads. You pick up 4 pieces of round 15s, then you pick up another round 15 and one more in the first color. So altogether 6 pieces. You can combine different colors or you can use the same one. Then you bead through 3 round 15 seed beads. You pick up a DELICA around 15 and another DELICA, and then you bead through the other 3 round 15s around the suvan rhinestone. You skip the round 15 in the middle and you bead through 3 round 15s, you pick up DELICA round 15 DELICA, and then you continue through 3 more round 15s. And now again you pick up 6 round 15s in one color, 2 colors, up to you. You bead through the DELICA bead that is sitting in between the bugles, and then again you pick up 6 round 15s, you bead through 3 round 15s, you pick up DELICA round 15 DELICA, and you bead through 3 more round 15s. 6 round 15s, 3, 4, 5, 6, you bead through the DELICA, and so on. Some of our beaders still picking colors. I'm curious what kind of color combinations do you come up with. But also just make sure to download and save the printable tutorial to your computer. So even if it feels like today is not the day to bead, today is not the day to pick colors, then you will also be able to bead it tomorrow or next week. You don't have to do it right away. Bye, Nitty. Nicolini is starting, and Nitty, have a beautiful weekend. So, ladies, I am slowly getting to the end of this circle, and this was actually the last step of the flamboyant motif. So if you have any questions, I know that Nicolene, you are not leaving, Nitty is leaving, yeah. If you have, ladies, any further questions, then please let me know, as slowly we are finishing with the beading session. So if you would like to ask something about the filigree, something about the motif, something about the academy, or anything else that comes to your mind, then please let me know. I think I am going to finish this one as a pendant for a change. I already have 2 pieces 2 pairs of earrings, one full pair and one half pair. So it's time to make a pendant too. And Natalie says, I very much like the texture created by this round of 15 seed beads. It's cool, right? How they are a bit like waving around the bugle beads. I'm glad that you like it, Natalie. And Maria, it was so nice to see you again. We haven't seen each other for a while. Or for me, it seems like maybe more than the 2 weeks, right? Thank you very much, Sharon. You are very kind. I'm sure that any kind of color combination that you put together, it will look super interesting and nice. I'm curious. Kata says, I want red bugles. I know they don't exist. Need to paint by hand, just a joke. It would be awesome to have them. I think that last time that we ordered, they are not uploaded yet. We could get a couple of new colors, but they don't have red ones from the slender bugle beads. And I don't like the classic bugles because I have a feeling that they have a sharper edge and they are not so nice and elegant as the slender bugles. But, you know, a couple of years ago, I had an even beading plan, and I asked all my beading friends in Hamburg at the Beaders Best to keep bombarding Stephen of Beadsmith with asking for a specific color of beads. Then we can keep bombarding him with sending him messages like, Stephen, we need red slender bugle beads. Let's see if it works out. And Vanya is asking if the pattern for Art Nouveau is available now. Not yet, Vanya. If you, by the way, we figured out what might be wrong with opening the Beading School classroom for some of you. And it happened that if you follow the link from Facebook, then for some reason the Academy is not opening. But if you go to beadingschool.com and then you click on the link Academy, then it should work if you are logged in. So go to beadingschool.com and in the top menu we have Academy. If it's still not okay, then please log out and then log in again. Make sure that you are logged in, then it should be okay. And under that, you will see the theme Magic Garden, and then you will see the dates that when are the different articles and tutorials becoming available. So the Magic Garden bracelet, it will become available, I think, next Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure now, but it's coming next week. Yes, thank you, Kata. And Shirley says, I chose to use 8mm bugles because I love the color. So I am doing a bit of adjusting to make them work, but it is just lovely. Shirley, please show us even when it's just work in progress, because I'm super curious. I think it will look really interesting with the longer bugle beads. And thank you, Julie, and thank you, Lutka, and thank you, Gunel and Sharon. Yes, Kata was one of the beaders bugging Stephen. Then you know what to do. I'm not sure she fulfilled our wish, but let's keep doing that. Natalie says she painted beads with nail varnish. So Kata, you have a fellow beader here to discuss that possibility. Jessica is asking if she needs a computer to join beading school. I don't think that it's absolutely necessary. If you have a tablet or a smartphone with a bigger screen, then it will work out just as fine. There are articles. It looks like if you want to test it, if you can see them, then navigate please to beadingschool.com and try reading or blog. There is in the main menu a point for the blog, and if you can read those articles on your phone, then it will work out fine. It would be great if you decided to join. So if there are no more questions left, then I will say goodbye for today. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. I will say goodbye with a picture that I took for you from, well, actually, this spot is behind me in my beading room. And I just wanted to show you this, as I am very happy to be here again, back in my beading room and spending time with you today again. So I wanted to show you this nice part, and thank you for being here today, and wishing you a beautiful weekend full of creative ideas, and keep showing me and each other your flamboyant motifs. Have a nice weekend, ladies. Bye bye.